Carolina. Welcome to the Brightside.
Hi, when you were talking about lecithin,
Yes.
and I was wondering, when you read the back of ingredients on food, it says soy lecithin.
Yes.
Is that something different?
Yeah, it's the same stuff. The problem is when they put it as an ingredient, they're using it as an emulsifier to pull all the oil and water together. Ice cream and chocolate are very often sources. Soups can be very often sources of lecithin because it acts to pull the oil ingredients with the water ingredients to create a homogeneous product. But the problem is you're not getting enough, number one. Usually it's just a very tiny amount of lecithin. And number two, you don't really know where that soy has been. And soy can be a very nasty crop these days, so you got to be very careful with soy lecithin. But to answer your question, yes, it is exactly the same thing, and it's used for the same purpose, to pull the oil and water together. In the case of chocolate bars, ice cream, and processed foods, it's done to keep all the ingredients together. But if you do it in your smoothie, or you add some egg to your smoothie, or you do it as a nutritional supplement, you'll get the same kind of emulsification, oil and water combining effect inside your body and also inside your smoothie if you're doing it as a smoothie. But make sure it's the good stuff. Make sure it's GMO-free, organic soy lecithin, or if you don't like soy, you can use rice lecithin or sunflower lecithin. Those are all very readily available. But yes, indeed, Caroline, it is the same thing. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay, thanks so much for calling. Have a good day. All right, Lydia, my friend Lydia in California. What's up, Lydia? Where you been?
Yes, hi.
Hi, Lydia.
I have a question, Ben. What is your thoughts on this?
You're not mad at me, are you, Lydia?
No, not at all.
You're mad at me. I haven't heard from you forever.
No, I just haven't been feeling that great.
Oh, no. I'll give you a call later on. But what's your question?
Okay. My question is about with the safety of using laser hair removal. What you know about? What do you think?
I know a lot about it. In fact, I make some products for people who do. I have a really good friend who started a laser hair removal business, and she's doing unbelievably awesome. Getting rid of people's hair off everywhere in their body, and I mean everywhere. And it's very, very popular. There's not really any, as far as I know anyway, there's not really any long-term effects. And apparently, at least according to my friend, it's pretty effective. You can get rid of your hairs for forever. If you do them under your arms and other parts of your body, you can get rid of them forever. And it might be something you want to consider if you're tired of shaving.
I am.
There's really no health. There's no health impact as far as I know. At least not yet. You never know what they'll find out in the future.
Yeah.
But as far as right now, there's no health impact to that.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, one other quick question about cysteine.
Sure.
I got this combination, glutathione, cysteine, and C. It's a combination, and I didn't decide to take it because I take NAC, and I was wondering, is it okay to take both of them?
Sure.
Or?
Heck yeah. NAC, we're going to talk about that next week. That's the detox form of cysteine. Did you say selenium?
Well, there is selenium.
That's awesome. Selenium and cysteine work together, as I was saying, very effectively. And then the glutathione is a bit of a waste, in my opinion, because the body breaks up that peptide and it'll form the 3 amino acids, and you won't really get the glutathione, but it isn't going to hurt you. But the NAC and selenium are super duper important. Very, very, very important. If you have acne, by the way, out there, you're listening, NAC is almost like a miracle for dealing with acne for a lot of folks. We'll talk at length about N-acetylcysteine, NAC, next week. Does that help, Lydia?
They're not the same thing, though.
Cysteine and NAC are essentially the same thing. From a technical perspective, no, they're not, but essentially they are inside the body.
Okay, but I could take both of those pills.
Sure.
I mean,
Heck yeah.
I bought them. I mean, I don't have to take them, but
no, there's no problem with that.
Okay, good. All right,
thanks, Lydia. I'll talk to you later. I'm going to give you a call later on this weekend.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye. It's my friend Lydia in California. Rose, what is up? Welcome to the Brightside. Got about a minute and a half. Rose. We got Rose? Rose? Rose is no longer present. All right, well, we don't have enough time anyway. We're running out of time here on the Brightside. Rose, if you're listening out there in the U.S., I'm not sure where you live, Rose, give us a call back tomorrow or Monday, and we'll take your call. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for listening, friends. If you like what you heard, tell your friends that we're on Monday through Friday on the Genesis Communication Network. That's 8 to 9 Pacific, 10 to 11 Central Time. Next week, we'll continue talking about cysteine and N-acetylcysteine, and then we'll talk about a form of cysteine that is somewhat toxic, and it's something you have to be very careful of. And then in recent years, this form of cysteine has actually been associated with a lot of health problems, including Alzheimer's disease, disease and heart disease, and we'll talk about that next week and how you can protect yourself from this toxic form of cysteine. This is all as it regards amino acids, building amino acids. And remember, folks, we started talking about osteoporosis back, I believe, in October or November, and we haven't talked about Fosamax, we haven't talked about Prolia, we haven't talked about Boniva, we haven't even touched prescription drugs. This is all nutritional strategies for building bone as well as for building tissue, because the bottom line, friends, is we don't need any prescription drugs, with the exception of an occasional antibiotic and an occasional pain pill. We don't need prescription drugs. We don't need the medical model. We don't need Obamacare, and we certainly don't need to have organs removed out of our bodies unless, of course, they're cancerous. We can do it all ourselves using strategies like deep breathing techniques, using strategies like nutritional supplementation, using strategies like restricting our calories and making sure that we're using intermittent fasting. These are all ways that we can improve our health without interfacing with the medical model. That's why I call this philosophy the Brightside philosophy, because it's the good news. It's the good news that says that the human body is a self-contained healing system. No doctors required. No pharmacists required. No pharmacist Ben required. We can do it all ourselves. Thank you so much for listening, friends. Have yourselves a wonderful, beautiful day. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to you all later. Bye for now.
There's no reason to be sick this season with Supernatural Silver's incredible technology. You can give your immune system the support it needs to help fight off colds, flus, and other nasty pathogens that can ruin the holidays for you and those you love. Used internally or topically, Supernatural Silver is a great defense against sore throats, runny noses, sinus or ear infections, and a whole host of other illnesses. Supernatural Silver is extremely safe and a great way to protect yourself and the ones you love. No one knows what the future may bring, so be smart and plan ahead. Have Supernatural Silver in your emergency preparedness arsenal and give someone a gift that's meaningful, a gift that can change lives. Give the gift of good health this year. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code SILVER2013 for 20% off your entire order. That's supernaturalsilver.com, and like us on Facebook.
Time and time again.
You need to come here and help us. We need assistance, please.
Those we should be able to depend on let us down.
Federal and state and local officials saying help is on the way. Well, the folks here in Bell Harbor say, show me.
Don't depend on the government to save you. Take action now so that you're prepared for the next disaster with MyPatriotSupply.com. Get the best prices on storable food, non-GMO seeds, water filtration devices, home canning equipment, survival and self-reliance books, and more at MyPatriotSupply.com. Call 866-229-0927.
We are hurting down here, and we need help immediately.
Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. MyPatriotSupply.com. MyPatriotSupply.com.